not personal. It's not about the people. But if you believe something and you express an idea, then you've got to expect it to be criticised. What you do in your private life is your private life, whatever you choose to believe in. But we're seeing increasingly people saying, well, you can't criticise this because it's an insult to Muslims. It's not. If they choose to believe in it, that's fine.
No, that's not what this is about. The EDL, but Jared, the EDL claim that they're protesting against Islamic extremism.
Well,
this isn't about freedom of speech.
They are. I believe they were protesting against the building of some kind of super mosque in Harrow.
No, we weren't.
And we've got a similar super mosque being built in East Ham, near where I live.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I tell you what's wrong with it. It's actually being funded by a group called Tablighi Jamaat that the French security service called the gateway to terrorism, because what they teach is not terrorism, but the fundamentalist, literalist Islam.
But setting aside the funding issue, which clearly will be disputed, what's wrong with a super mosque in Britain?
Because these mosques, it is very much the issue. The reason you've had people like Abu Hamza and a whole string of extremists is because these mosques are being funded by Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, and to bring in an ideology which is literalist and fundamentalist.
I'll let you reply in 1 second, Mohammed.
Just let me finish the point. It's doing nothing to help us have peaceful relations within our own country.
Let's hear what we're saying at home. Luton, Hertfordshire, Manchester, Burnley, Ian and Luton. Hello, Ian.
Hello, good evening.
Go on, Ian. Yes, go on, mate.
Hello, can I just say, now, I've been born and bred in Luton my whole entire life. I support Luton Town as my whole life. Now, there's been real big media stuff going on in Luton. Now, I'm a proud person.
Oh, we've taken Ian off by mistake. Sorry about that. Adam in Hertfordshire. Hello, Adam.
Hello.
Go on, Adam.
Just one little point I wanted to make to your correspondent. First of all, member of the Anti-Nazi League in the 70s, fought fascism all my life. One little thing, your correspondent Mohammed was complaining about Nazi salutes. One of the things I'd like to point out to him is that actually during the Second World War, the Nazis were allied to Adolf Hitler. In fact, Adolf Hitler held talks with the Imam of Jerusalem and was a very strong defender of him and gave him support.
So that justifies Nazi salutes in the streets of Britain?
No, the point I'm trying to make is that...
I'm talking about the 21st century.
You make this point,
fascists, but so are the Islamic fascists who they're complaining about.
No, they're anti-fascists. They're anti-fascists, the Islamic ones.
No, I didn't say they were.
Islamic fascists. Fundamentalist.
So we're supposed to leave.
Adam, what's your view on the EDL? Because you've got a representative of on the programme tonight.
I think equally they're fascists. I would never support them or their group. Much as your correspondent Tommy seems to be trying to be fair-minded and everything else. Unfortunately, his group are encouraging and supported by fascists. They should join them freely. Why else would they be there?
Which fascists are we supported by?
The British National Party?
How are we supported by the British National Party? This is a myth that's been whipped up by the Asian community. It's a myth. We completely disagree with the British National Party. We have black members. We don't agree with their racist policies and let non-white members, non-white members join. This myth that we are the BNP is just a myth.
I would guarantee that the majority of the people who support you would also vote for the British National Party.
Funny enough, you are correct there, because a lot of people that we've met and we're speaking to, they say, well, I voted for the British National Party, but merely on the fact of Islamic fundamentalism, because I've had no voice. There has been no voice for me being angry against the fact that we've got Islamic extremists walking our streets, and I don't agree with all the British National Party's points, but I do agree with them on the Islamic fundamentalist one.
Thank you, Adam. Khalid's next in Manchester. Hello, Khalid.
Hello, hi. Gosh, where to begin? I think that a lot of these arguments that are going on are just so not based in any sort of fact, and they're just living off and propelled by myths from media and from propaganda. And I think, if this chap from the EDL, if you are, really interested in kind of negating Islamic fundamentalism, well, join the club. There's
no action.
We're all doing that. We're all trying to do that in our own way.
Hold on, Tommy, let him finish.
But the need to go out and to demonstrate in whichever way you were going to why not sit round a table? Come, honestly, I'll sit round the table with you. I'll talk to you about what we're doing. I'll talk to you about how the British community can help. I'll talk, let's humanise the debate instead of talking over the airwaves. And,
hold on, Tommy, listen.
Please.
Tommy, listen.
Please let me finish. Instead of hurling mud at each other, let's sit round, let's humanise the argument, let's understand each other's, humanity, and let's talk about it. Because, if really that is what your aim is, to kind of, to get rid of Islamic fundamentalism, I hate Islamic extremism myself. I've spent my whole life, or at least my adult life, trying to counter that, trying to build a really strong British Muslim identity.
Okay,
why are we having this kind of really heated debate?
Because that's good to say that, but I don't know the first thing about politics. All I know is we've sat back as British people, as whoever, and we've watched to see what the government do. And the government throw millions of pounds at Muslim extremists to try and get them out of it. We've seen Luton Central Mosque is being investigated for £100,000 of unaccounted money that they can't account for, that they got given by the taxpayer to fight extremism. And they've got no receipts for this. They're now being investigated by the police on this issue, yeah?
Hold on. I'm not across the detail of that. Yeah. And I actually don't see how it's relevant. On the association between the EDL and the BNP, Tommy, you've got to let me finish the point, mate. I'm chairing the debate. 1 second. Between the BNP, the association between the BNP and the EDL, the BNP have made it very, very clear, to be fair to the English Defence League. Here's what the British National Party has actually said. In a statement, they've said it will be a disciplinary offence for BNP party members to associate or participate in any event or activity organised by the EDL or hold membership of the English Defence League. I want to bring Laura in Chippenham. Hello, Mark. Laura and Mark. Mark first. Mark in Leicestershire. Go ahead, Mark.
How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah. You're a member of the EDL, are you?
Yeah.
You've been described tonight, then, as a fascist and a racist.
No, what I said to the bloke on the phone, I've been over Facebook, I've been called racist, Nazi, fascist, all sorts, just for being a member of this group. I mean, Tommy's been called fascist every time tonight. I ain't heard him say one racist or fascist statement.
Why are you a member of the group, Mark?
Because I'm worried about Islamic extremism.
And isn't the best way to deal with Islamic extremism is to support the police and the intelligence agencies in the fantastic work that they're doing? For example, recently we saw on Monday a group of very dangerous people who were found guilty. This is the point. We don't have mob rule in this country. And we have rule of law, and the government is elected by us. And the intelligence agencies should be given the resources.
And do you concede, Mark, that there will be many Muslims up and down the country as concerned about Islamic extremism as you?
And I've got many Muslim friends, and they are as worried as I am. It's just people. I mean, I just think, when you see what happened in Luton with the protests against the Royal Anglians and things like that.
That was a one-off.
Let me squeeze Lauren Chippenham in.
They do that every year.
Evening to you, Laura. Hello, Laura.
Good evening, Stephen.
Go on, Laura.
Well, I must admit, I think Tommy speaks for a lot of normal and sensible people in this country, but my point is that if the Muslim community want to see us on their side, as your guest puts it, then why don't the Muslim community themselves start naming and shaming the extremists that they have within their own communities? You're the ones that know who they are, so why don't you publicly come out and name them? You get a lot more sympathy, a lot more people on your side, and perhaps be, more sympathetic towards you if you did that.
Well, I mean, there is already some partnership working going on between the communities in this country.
No action. You don't do no action. You don't do no action.
If you both allow me to
talk about
Tommy, Laura's talking to Mohammed.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Mohammed, if you really want to get people on your side, as I've just said,
I'm not interested in people coming on my side, because obviously clearly there are people like yourselves who don't want to
come on your side.
Listen to her, Mohammed. Listen.
Demonstrations, as you've seen in Luton, and as the one that we're talking about tonight. The Muslim community as a whole need to get together and say, right, him, her, they're all extremists. Name and shame them.
Laura, can I just ask you where you live in this country?
I live in Chippenham, but I was
okay, and Chippenham, do you know all the paedophiles, or the rapists, or the thieves that live amongst you, the drug dealers?
Tommy, Mohammed's talking to Laura.
I don't, Mohammed, and quite frankly,
okay, so how can you how can Muslims name and shame people if we don't know who the hell they are? If we knew who the hell they are, they would be passed to the police.
Mohammed, if you think that people in this country don't perhaps